Hi guys, we are on to our next home workout video. I hope some of you have been following along, watching some of the videos. Raph posted his full leg day yesterday. I had posted in a couple of these home workout videos. Now again, these are exercises that you can do at home with no equipment. Like I've mentioned in some of the other ones, some of them might be easy for some of you. Feel free to add in weights, different things at home, things like that. So I have two more coming out for you guys that, again, are no equipment necessary. After those, I'm going to kind of start showing you guys some ways to get more creative with your workouts, using some things around the house and whatnot. And I'm going to get you guys another one with some lighter weights for those of you that do have weights sitting around at the house, maybe some resistance bands, whatever it is. That way, those of you that do have equipment can get more creative with your exercises. So again, this one is no equipment necessary. Feel free to add in some weights to make them harder. But again, like I mentioned in some of the other ones, you can always make the exercises harder by going at a slower tempo, throwing in pause reps, things like that. So this is going to be more similar to the last one I showed, where we're going to go through our circuit and then you're going to do that circuit 3 times. So we want minimal rest in between the 3 exercises. Go exercise 1, exercise 2, exercise 3, and then get that rest period for about a minute or so, depending on how tired you are. You know, if this is something that's easy for you, that's how you can make it harder, trying to go consecutively throughout. Otherwise, for those of you that can use the rest, take a little bit of rest, not too long in between. We do want to keep the tension, keep the fatigue, everything like that. So without further ado, here is our next video. So to start this one off, the first exercise we are going to do here for this circuit is some squat pulses. So we've thrown in the pulses with a couple of the different workouts. Now this one we are going to do strictly pulses, keeping the tension in the legs. So as we get down to the bottom of our squat, let's try and get nice and low here. We're going to go through 20 pulses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not coming all the way up. 6. We're maybe coming about halfway. 8. As Raph mentioned in his leg video, keeping it nice under control here. You can throw in the pause when you get here, but try to make sure we're not just bouncing around here. We want to focus on those legs, focus on the tension that we're feeling in them, in the glutes, in the quads, because we're not coming all the way up. We're trying to stay nice and low here as we squat through for 20 reps there. 20 reps on the squat pulses. So next one here, we're going to do a little combo exercise with our push-ups. We're going push-up to a mountain climber here. So getting the chest in here, the chest work, the triceps, as well as some core action. So we're coming up, our normal push-up stance right here. We're going to drop it down, down, drive up, leg, leg. So we're just kicking those legs in. So again, down, up, here, here. Let's break up those movements. I don't want you to get to a point where at the same time we're coming up, we're kicking the legs in. And just like the other workout where we did the mountain climbers, I want you to keep it slow, under control. We want to feel that tension in the abs. So again, from here, so you can see, it is a push-up, knee in, knee in. Nice, slow, under control on those kicks. Push-up, knee, knee. So we're going to go 10 to 15 here. On the first one, really try and shoot for 15. So push-up, kick, kick is 1 rep. Push-up, kick, kick is the 2nd rep. Try and go for 15 on the first one. Second one, if you're a little more fatigued, maybe 10 to 12. But try and get at least 10 all through sets through here. So again, you would do the squat pulses, you would do these push-ups, and then we're going to go right into some leg raises after that. So this is going to be a good one for those lower abs. You're going to have your head and shoulders down on the mat, on the floor, on your carpet, whatever it is, relax. Now you can either have your hands down to your side, out here, or if you have some lower back issues and you can use some extra support, I just slide my hands down under at the bottom of my glutes here. I don't want them under here, under my back. I want my arms nice and straight, and then kind of just slide them under. It's going to give your back a little bit of extra support. From here, we're going to keep those toes pointed up. I'm going to come all the way up, all the way down nice and slow, stop just above the floor, and get right back up. Nice and slow as we come down, stop just above the floor, right back up. We do not want to hit the floor as we're going through these. We want to keep that tension in the abs as we're pushing through. So we're going to go 20 reps here. Now, if you complete that, the first one, and you want to make it a little more challenging, lift your shoulders off the floor. So that's going to keep even more tension in the upper abs as well as those lower abs. So if you do this, have your hands back behind your head like this. Keep those shoulders off the floor. Everything else is the same. Lift up, nice and slow as we come down. Stop above the floor, lift right back up. Also, to make it harder, you could pause above the floor before we bring those legs back up. Every time, get a slight pause, and then bring it back up. But let's go for 20 reps here. 20 reps on those leg lifts. So, again, the first one, 20 squat pulses, then the push-up to mountain climber. Let's shoot for 15 there, and then 20 on the leg raises. Then you would rest before repeating a second time all the way through. Rest, and then your third set. So that's our first circuit there, guys. Second one here, we're gonna go with curtsy lunges. So this is gonna be one of those for those of you with the knee issues. This might be a little bit too much where we might have to modify it, but for those of you that are able to, and even if you kind of have minor knee issues, I would like you guys to give this a try. It's gonna be a really good one to hit the outside of our leg, those abductor muscles, as well with the glutes and the quads here. So with your weaker leg, we're gonna keep our weaker leg in front, and we're gonna do a little curtsy. So from here, I'm gonna bring that leg back to the side as I come down, and I'm driving through this front foot through the heel of this front foot. As always, just like with squats, just like with lunges. Now I'm not just bringing my leg to the side here to where my knee shifts out like this. I want to keep that weight down centered into my leg here. So I'm going mostly back and just a little bit to the side here. A little bit to the side, look at that angle. And I'm able to keep my weight shifted down so that my knee isn't shifting as I come down here like that. I want everything in line, nice, slow, under control. So I'm coming back. I'm going to drive up through that foot, just come up to the side and come right back down. Boom. Down and up. So as always with the leg exercises, make sure we're not pushing with our hands here. That is cheating, none of that allowed. Down and up. Now this is one of those, if you do have weights at home, you can hold one weight up here or hold two weights down to the side as we go down like this, driving through that foot. So we're gonna go 15 on one leg before we move to the second leg. Doing the one leg first here, that's really gonna help us try and make sure we're keeping the form, keeping everything in line as I'm going back and up. Back and up, not going to the side. Also, just like our normal lunges when we're doing them, whether it's stepping forward, stepping back, make sure as we're doing these, we're not letting that knee go past the toe, putting that weight on the toe. As I mentioned, keep the weight down on the heel as we come down and driving up through that foot, through that front foot, through the heel. So again, on these, we're gonna start off 15 with one leg and then 15 with the other leg. Now, right after that, we're gonna go into some shuffles here. So this is one of those many of you have done where we have the band, whether we have the band below our knees, above our knees. We're gonna do a little shuffle here, just because I know some of you might not have as much room as we do in the studio where we might go to the window and back or whatever it may be. It's just gonna be a little two-step here. So, a little bit of coordination, we're dancing here. You're gonna get nice and low in our squat. Now from here, we're gonna keep those knees bent, keep the tension in our legs. All we're gonna do is step to the side and then back to the other side. Side and down. So again, I'm keeping my knees bent the whole time. I'm not coming down and up, down and up. I want you guys to keep the knees bent, keep the back nice and straight, making sure we're not slouching over here, putting that pressure in our lower back, keeping the core engaged just like we do in our squats. Nice neutral spine, and we're just stepping back and forth. So we're gonna go 15 each side or 30 total. So depending on how you count, it's either gonna be 1, 2, 2, going to 15, or if you count like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're gonna go to 30. So again, keep the knees bent, keep the tension, 15 each direction, 30 total steps there. So right after that, we're gonna drop into some Supermans here. So this is gonna be a really good one to get the lower back involved. which is a part of our core. It is an area that needs strengthening, just like all of our other major muscle groups. So we're down on the floor here. You can either have your hands down here, kind of right at your forehead, or you can have those arms out, whatever's more comfortable for you. And then the legs are out. Now from here, all we're gonna do is get a little lift. Simultaneously, we're gonna lift up from the shoulders and from the legs here, really making sure the core does all the work, and we're feeling this in our lower back here. So from here, I'm gonna push up, squeeze the lower back in the glutes before we bring it back down. So again, bring it up here, squeezing at the top, and we come down. Squeeze at the top here before we come down. Now we're gonna go through 15 reps here, guys. So again, this is one of those ones where if we wanna make it harder, hold it at the top a little longer. Maybe start off getting a 3-second count each time before we come back down. 3-second count, and we bring it back down. Now we're gonna go through 15 of those Supermans. So again, the first one is the curtsy lunges. We're going 15 with one leg, and then 15 with the other leg. If this is one where as you're doing it, you're starting to feel the knees a little too much, try and drop it into a normal reverse lunge here. And if that's still too much, let's just go into basic squats. But try out those curtsies, 15 one leg, and then 15 the other leg. Right after that, into those shuffles, 15 stepping each way, and then right into the Supermans for 15 there. Go through those 3, then you get your rest. Second time, rest. Third time, rest. All right, now, after that, last circuit here. First one, little variation of something we've done before as well. So let's face this way. We're gonna start off doing our glute bridge. So let me show you from the side how we're gonna get set up. Head and shoulders down on the floor. Heels are close to our bottom. We're gonna set these up just like we did our very first home workout, where we're pushing up here with both legs at the same time. So that's how we're gonna get started. What you're gonna do after that, it's gonna require some balance and stability. So from here, I'm gonna push up through those heels. As I get to the top, I'm gonna squeeze here. I'm gonna lift one leg back and down, and then the other leg back and down. And then I'm gonna come back down to the floor, get right back up into it. So that was one rep. I'm right back up, in, and in. Before I come down is 2, right back up into it. So let me show you from here. I'm not over exaggerating bringing this leg back. Just a little bit back, just making sure that one leg is keeping us nice and stable, under control. That one leg is doing all the work to keep us up as we alternate here before we come down. So like I said, don't try and overdo it, kicking that leg back here. Nice, slow, under control before we come down. So again, how I want you to count this, drive up through those heels, back, back, and down is 1. Up, back, back, and down is 2. So just like with those push-up mountain climber combo, I want you guys to go for 15 here. If that's a little tough, if you get to the second round, you're a little more tired, maybe 12, third round, maybe 10, but let's shoot for 15 each round there. 15 each round. So right after that, I'm gonna keep you guys down on the floor here, and we're gonna go right into some abduction and adduction kicks. So for the outsides of our legs and the insides of our legs. So the first one we're gonna do here, let's show you like this. You're gonna be down on your side. We'll just have the arm out here like this. You can relax your head on it or kind of stay up a little bit. I'm gonna cross this foot over here. So again, one foot over if I'm down on my right side. My right leg is under my left leg. I'm just over here. My foot is planted on the floor. And from here, I'm just gonna kick up, squeeze that inside of my leg. Give me a little 2 count before we come down. 1, 2 second hold and down. 1, 2 second hold and down. So let me just again show you from this side. Down on our side, relaxed here. Left foot is over my right. Kick up, 1, 2 second hold and down. We're squeezing that inside of our leg, those inner thighs that all of us ladies love to work. 2 second hold before we come down. You're gonna rock through 15 on that leg, and then we're gonna work the same leg for our outside kicks.
So again, as I'm kicking up, 2-second hold is 1 rep, 2-second hold is a second. So right after that, I'm gonna flip onto my other side so I can continue working that right leg. Now my positioning is gonna be the same here. I'm just relaxed on my arm here. You can have your head down, you can be up like this, doesn't really matter. Now from there, I'm gonna go right into the kicks for the outside of my leg. Kick up 1, 2, and down. 1, 2, and down. 1, 2, and down. And we're gonna go 15 on the outside here. So a little jazzercising, guys. So now I'll move on to my left leg. So as I mentioned before with the other leg, we're just gonna cross this one over. First, I'm gonna work the inside. 2-second hold at the top before we come down. 2-second hold before we come down. Now this isn't one that's gonna be super strenuous. We're not doing heavy weights or anything like that. I want you guys to really focus. Try and think about the muscles we're looking to work here. If you're kicking up and you're not really feeling this on that inner thigh and the inside of the leg, you know, try and maybe move your leg forward a little bit. Maybe move it backwards a little bit. Find that mind-body connection to feel it on our inner thigh, the inside of the leg there. Right after I do that 15 with my left leg for the inside, I'll roll over on my other side. That way I can go right into the 15 for the outside of my leg, still on that left leg. So it's make sure here, we're kind of keeping that leg pointed forward. If I start to open up, this is gonna be silly. Not going to be working that outside of the leg. I want to stay nice and even, keeping my toe pointed forward right there. For me, it's pointed right at my phone still as I'm kicking out. 2-second hold, 15 there. So again, with the one leg, do the 15 inside kicks and then the 15 outside before you move on to the second leg, 15, 15. So that counts as one exercise. The third one in this circuit, we're gonna go into a plank and kind of kick up for our obliques here. So, one of those tougher ones. Plank position, as always with our planks, we want our shoulders above our elbows here, so that as I pop up, I'm nice and even. Nice and even here, no butt up, no hips at the floor. Nice and even, keeping that core engaged. Now from there, we're gonna kick those knees in. So, popping up, kicking one knee in, up to the outside here, bring it back, and switch. Back, and switch. As always, nice, slow, under control reps. Focusing on squeezing that oblique, boom, boom. We're not trying to win a race here, flying through these. I want nice, slow reps, keeping everything nice and balanced as I'm kicking in. And we're gonna go 15 with each leg, so 30 total here. Again, on this first set, really try and get to that 30. If it gets a little too tough, next set, if you have to go 12 each leg for 24 total, or 10 each leg for 20 total, let's try and stick in that range. At least 10 each leg. At least 20 total reps, but let's shoot for 15 each leg to get to 30. Keeping that core engaged, kicking in. So again, for our third circuit here, the first exercise is our glute bridges, where we push up, kick, kick to make one, and we're going 10 to 15, shoot for 15. Right after that, we're gonna pop to our side, get 15, kicking for the inside, directly into 15 for the outside on the same leg, and then I'll switch legs, 15 inside to 15 outside, and then going right into those planks, kicking in for the obliques, 15 each leg, so 30 there. That's the third circuit there, guys. Kill it. So, again, please do not hesitate if you have any questions, if you want ways to make it harder, if you need a modification to make it easier, if it's hurting something, the knees, the back, whatever it is, please do not hesitate to let me know. Obviously, I have some extra free time now, so do not hesitate to reach out to me. I want you guys to get the best out of these workouts, and I'm going to be looking into, per advice from one of our members and a recommendation, hopefully trying to get Zoom going soon. That way maybe I can follow along as you guys are doing these workouts, and hopefully just make sure you guys are doing them correctly, everything like that. So
Again, I'm in the works of getting that going. Hopefully next week we can get that rolling to give you guys that extra motivation. But otherwise, for the meantime, please keep following along and do not hesitate to reach out to me. Ask me any ways to make them easier, harder, whatever it may be. And I will talk to you all soon.